full blood moon, I'm sorry.
Why did he book this shit? You think this is some type of this girl say, look at the mahogany book frame. Look at the bookcase.
You're such a
I'm
hater.
doing things here.
You're
I
such
do
a
things.
hater. I'm just struggling with this. I'm struggling with this. I'm struggling with my intro. I'm really struggling with my intro. I need to figure out. Hello guys, and happy Super Blood Wolf Moon. That's a mouthful. But happy Super Blood Wolf Moon. That's right, tonight, if you have been keeping up with the events of astrology, then tonight you know that the moon will be turning red. We'll be able to go outside, look up, and see our beloved moon turn red. It is a visual splendor, guys. It's something like I've never seen before in my life. I got a chance to view it a few years back when it happened, and it's like standing in the middle of a science fiction novel. You need to get out, look up, do it. You really want to know where this energy is going to affect you astrologically. You need to know this. Just because this eclipse is like anything else in astrology. If you do not use the energy consciously, the energy will just simply use you. And you will feel like it's uncontrollable or it's unchecked, when simply you need to just put a little bit of effort to become more aware of how and where this energy is going to affect you. And that's where I come in at. The gift that I would like to give to you today is something called the keyword method. Now, I did not invent the keyword method in astrology. I simply employ it. I use the keyword method to do my own readings with my own chart, to do readings for clients, to help create my astrological content. This is a very simple method that you can use to break into astrology, to break into your chart, and to help you pinpoint with ease and quickly where astrological events could be happening and where they're going to affect you. So without further ado, let's get into the keyword method using this super blood moon eclipse. Mwah! Hello guys, and we are going to jump right into breaking down this eclipse energy. So like I said before, we are going to utilize the keyword method to help us figure out how and where this eclipse is going to affect us. So if you take a look at the chart, this is what you will see generated. If you go to cafeastrology.com and enter in your information, this will be a chart that you'll see containing your houses. Now, in order to get your houses, you need to know what time that you were born. But that's a different video. So for now, in order to follow along with this video, you need your houses. So go get it and meet us back here. But let's move on. So once you pull up your chart, you'll see that your houses look like this. The sign at the top of the house is going to be your ascendant sign. This is your rising sign. And every other sign after that, they are sitting on the what we call the cusp of a house. So this is a house system for an ascendant Aries. That's what we'll work off of. So if you're an ascendant Aries, this is what your house systems will look like. Now, the eclipse is happening in the sign of Leo. So essentially, the eclipse will be wherever Leo is in your house system. So like I said, if you are an ascendant Aries, you have Aries in the first house, you're going to just count down from there until you get to Leo, and that's where the eclipse will be. So we have Aries as our first house, Taurus second house, Gemini third house, Cancer fourth house, Leo fifth house. Ding, ding, ding. That means the eclipse is happening in our fifth house if you are an ascendant Aries. Now, we can use this chart. We'll erase these numbers, and we'll do a few more examples of how to find where the eclipse is happening for different ascendant signs, and then we'll go into what that actually means. Say you are an ascendant Capricorn, with your first house will be positioned down here. You'll count up. You'll continue to count until you get to Leo again. So we'll go first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. that means the eclipse will be happening in your 8th house if you are an ascendant Capricorn. Now, again, if you go to cafeastrology.com, you're going to pull a chart that has your ascendant sign sitting at the top. And wherever Leo is in your chart, that is where the eclipse will be. So you just simply pull up your chart, find Leo, place it in there. Now, some of us may be dealing with something called intercepted houses, which meaning that you may be missing a sign from your chart, because this, if you notice, this has all 12 signs in order. If you have an intercepted house, then that means that you're going to be missing a sign, and a sign will be doubled. Now, we don't acknowledge over here, we don't acknowledge intercepted houses, and that's a whole nother video as to why we don't. So if you do have those intercepted houses, DM me, message me, and we can work that. One more, just for the sake of solidifying the information. So say you are an ascendant Gemini, which means you have Gemini sitting at your 1st house. In order to place this eclipse, you're just going to find Leo again and count from there. So Gemini will be 1, 2, 3. Eclipse will be in your 3rd house. So now we know, yes, the eclipse is in my 3rd house. The eclipse is in my 5th house. Okay, Jeannie, so what does that mean? And this is where the keyword method comes in at. So we can break down all astrological content and elements to keywords. And don't worry, I have created keyword banks for us to use during this example and beyond. And get at me if you want your own keyword. The first keyword that we need to know about is the eclipse. And I won't go into too much detail about what the eclipse means. There's so many beautiful astrologers out there already doing it. There's no need for me to recreate the wheel. Just go and find your favorite astrological account and do some reading and digging on your own. So right now, the only thing that we'll say about this eclipse is that eclipse represents big changes. And I hope that you guys can see that. So an eclipse thing is big changes. So that'll be the first part of our breakdown, is that we'll know wherever the eclipse is happening, there's going to be big changes happening. So if you are, again, that ascendant Aries and you have the eclipse happening in your 5th house, there are going to be big changes that are occurring around your 5th house theme. So we keep that in mind. What is the 5th house exactly? And that's where we come in up with our second keyword bank, where we have 5th house keywords. And so some 5th house keywords that we're using, and this keyword list can be very expansive. This is just a short list for the sake of time. But some 5th house keywords that we can use for this short interpretation are romance, self-expression, creativity. Now, let's put our words together, and we'll see that when we have the eclipse, and we'll see when we have an eclipse in the 5th house, just by using our keywords that we figured out, we'll have big changes with our romance, self-expression, and creativity. Now, if you are an Aries ascendant, you may be like, oh my God, I feel that energy, or maybe not. But again, I'll tell you that these keyword lists can be expansive, and you can mix and match your sentences. You can use them how you need them to be used. So that's an example of how to use it. That's one reading example. So again, we'll do another one just for the sake of solidifying the information. So say you have the eclipse happening in your 10th house. That means you are an ascendant Scorpio. And we know that the eclipse represents big changes. So we keep that in mind when we go into doing our reading for ourselves. So we have big changes that are occurring in the 10th house. But what the hell does the 10th house represent? The 10th house keywords that we can use are career, authority, and reputation. So when we put it together and we have an eclipse in the 10th house, we have big changes with career and reputation. And if you are an ascendant Scorpio, you may be feeling this like, yes, I'm changing jobs, or oh my God, I'm about to be on my entrepreneurial stuff, so on and so forth. And if you are an ascendant Scorpio and you are attempting to do something with your career, maybe you're not. You know that this energy is potent there in your 10th house. You know that if it's something that you're trying to do, if you're trying to implement change in that area, now is a beautiful time to do it, because the eclipse is ushering or making that energy right for big changes with your career and reputation. All right, lovelies, that is my tutorial on using the keywords to break down this eclipse energy and figure out where big changes will be occurring in your life. I hope that you guys found this helpful. If you are interested in getting your own keyword base, I have created keywords for us. No, never fear. You don't have to scour the internet for them. I have them for us already. You can use these keyword base to do your own simple piece together interpretations like we did here. If you want to know where to get them from, how to access them, head over to my site. I have a link at the bottom of this video. Head over to my site, sign up for our emailing list, and you can get some free keyword information on top of more instructional information on how to use it. And you'll also gain access to the full expensive library of keywords. Happy Blood Wolf Moon, Super Blood Wolf Moon. I hope that you guys have a howling good time tonight. And awareness is power. I love you guys. Peace.